When I'm away from you, I'm happier than ever. Wish I could explain it better. I wish it wasn't true.
Hi guys, welcome to Neptuna Tarot. My name is Cassidy, and I am so grateful for each and every one of you guys who clicked on here today. How are you guys doing? How's life? We are about to tap in once again to another What's the Gossip on You tarot reading. I have 3 piles that I shuffled out cards for. You may see me use this deck quite often, and there's not a lot of cards in this deck, so you might see a lot of the same cards, which for some of you guys who actually like to, maybe pick the same goddess over and over again, I realize that that can be fun. But I do try to spice it up sometimes and switch up cards. But I felt really drawn to use these Goddess Oracle deck once again. So let's go ahead and jump in. We shuffled pile number 1 with Celine. Remove negative illusions. You are so much more than you realize. Be kind to yourself and look within. Nourish your soul. Okay. Pile number 2, you guys shuffled Persephone. Explore your inner darkness. Purge what you no longer need. Be still. Okay, and finally with pile number 3, you guys shuffled Hecate. Use your power, use your intuition. Remember the magic within you. And as always, I do a 30-second meditation just to give you guys a better look at the cards. And just a warning with these gossip readings, I actually always put this warning, so just a heads up guys, this is just gossip. This is just what people are saying. Someone left a comment about how I talk as if I believe the gossip is truth. And I always warn you guys that this is nothing but hot air. This is gossip out of this person's mouth. If I speak with conviction, it's probably because the person that's gossiping about you actually believes the gossip. So just take it with a grain of salt, take what resonates. Remember, these are collective general readings. I don't know for how many people I will be reading for, so just take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you're still having trouble deciding which pile is yours, I always shuffle music in the description box down below, as well as you can find ways to book a personal reading with me. Alright guys, let's go ahead and jump in. I will see you at your pile.
I'm away from you, I'm happier than ever. Wish I could explain it better. I wish it wasn't true. Feel that of something good to write myself forever, to tell me what to do. Made all my moments your own. Just fucking leave me alone.
Hi there, pile number 1. You guys chose Celine. Remove negative illusions. You are so much more than you realize. Be kind to yourself and look within. Nourish your soul. So what is the hot tea on my pile 1s? What is the gossip? Whew, all right. The gossip on you is that you're currently nurturing your inner child, that you are actually cultivating a life that you've always wanted. The gossip on you is that you are actually walking away from what no longer serves you, and you are actually spending a lot of time alone. So we have this nurture, we have solitude. So it's like you're nurturing this solitude, you're nurturing this isolation, you're nurturing yourself. And I feel like you're really taking such a great, good care of yourself that you're actually fulfilling a lot of wishes, a lot of dreams, a lot of just like little wants and desires that maybe you had when you were a kid, when you were a child. You're fulfilling those things. You're actually coming through for yourself. And I feel like you're earning your inner child's trust at this time. I'm gonna close the window, it's so loud. Yes. As I was saying, is you are really showing up for yourself. Like you are no longer leaving yourself to kind of spiral, leaving yourself to just, I feel like, believe in these negative illusions. So people are actually talking about how, I do kind of feel like people might be talking about this in a negative light. People are saying that, you know, I was getting an energy of ghosting. People feel like you're walking away from them. They feel like you're ghosting them. Like there are people, especially with Selene here, it's giving me the moon energy. It feels like people are talking about how you keep a lot of things secretive. Like there's a lot of mystery to you, and people don't feel like they accurately know what's going on in your life. So it's like people will admit that they're just speculating, that they might not actually know what's going on in your life. But what people do see happening here is this Eight of Cups, where you are packing your bags, you are getting out of Dodge, and you are leaving situations that are no longer serving you. So I really feel like, you know, whether or not people are talking negatively about it, this is a good thing for you. Like people, whether they want to admit it, this is actually helping your healing. It's nourishing your soul. You're being kind to yourself. And I feel like you finally have a sense of your value, of your self-worth here. Okay, so with this 10 of Wands over here, people are talking about responsibilities. I'm seeing 333 on the timer. That might mean something to you. I'm getting a lot of collaborative energy. So maybe you could be working with others. You could just be working in a job, like a very high-paced job, or just something that demands a lot of your time and energy. And yeah, it's like you have to keep going. You have to keep going. You might have to be drinking caffeine or coffee or something that helps wake you up. People are talking about how you're taking on a lot of responsibility at this time. You're putting a lot on your shoulders. You're putting too much on your shoulders, where people are speculating and wondering if you are going to kind of collapse, if you're going to be able to carry these responsibilities consistently, or also if you are going to become smarter. And that's actually why I realized the 333 was there. If you're going to get smarter instead of working harder, and ask for help, delegate. It's time for you to kind of ask for, I'm hearing assistant. Some of you guys might need an assistant. Some of you guys might need some kind of scheduler. Some of you guys might need help with a digital artist. Some of you guys might need a producer. It's just time for you to branch out. It's time for you to stop expecting yourself to do all of the work. I'm even getting this could be as simple as asking your partner to help more around the house. this could be as simple as asking your parent or sibling to help you with something, like a ride, like maybe you need a ride somewhere. I don't know, something where it's just not all of this stress on you. Like you're putting a lot of stress on your shoulders. At least that's what people are saying here. Also, with this Page of Cups, with it being in reverse, I am getting that people might even be talking about how you are not as emotionally available anymore. Like, it's weird that I'm getting that, where it's like maybe at one point you were more open, but it's like people are feeling like you're closed off. Like I said, there's all this solitude that's like you have all these responsibilities that you're tending to, you're walking away from things that are no longer serving you, you're very focused right now on nourishing your soul. And so I do feel like people who you might have normally given to, you might have constantly been there with like a cup of love, ready to just like help people out, ready to, be there emotionally for people. Like, I do feel like those kind of people are looking at you negatively. They are looking at you with this energy of like you're being selfish, you're isolating, like they're wanting to put a lot of blame and shame into your healing, into you nourishing your soul. And they're wanting to look at you negatively, like they're wanting to say you're emotionally unavailable, they're wanting to say you're emotionally immature, they're wanting to say that also like you never seem to apologize for things. People are trying to gossip about how yeah, like you never take accountability, you never say sorry for things when you do things wrong, when you like maybe upset people, or maybe it's like the people you ghosted, they feel like you owe them an apology or something. But I really just feel like you've really been focused on yourself. And with this moon energy, once again, there's a lot of blues as well. So you could be working to heal your throat chakra. I don't know why my throat's feeling really irritated. I did some readings earlier today as well, so it's probably just that I've been talking a lot, but I do get a sense of like you're really working on how to speak up for yourself, like how to have your own voice, how to learn, what you're going to use this voice for. What do you want to speak up about? What do you want to talk about? Maybe there is kind of a little bit of emotional unavailability here, where it's like you have closed off and you haven't really spoken up about your experiences and how you feel. And because that throat chakra has been blocked for all this time, you haven't been able to emotionally open up or be vulnerable with others. Okay, so there might be some truth to this, but I do feel like this is also a lot of bitter people who are just very upset that you walked away from them, that you no longer feel like they're serving your life in a positive way. Yep, and so let's go ahead and see what we had over here. The High Priestess. You're following your intuition. I feel like your intuition is what's kind of told you to pull away from certain people, to spend more time alone, to do some inner healing, to do some shadow work. I highly get shadow work. Like, this is all about you and your connection to the spiritual. So what people are saying is that you are very intuitive and that you actually possess spiritual abilities possibly. But what I'm really getting is like people feel like you have been listening to your intuition. Like your intuition is guiding you in the right direction. It's guiding you in this nurture energy. But I do feel like there are people who might be upset about this because they feel left out. So they're talking negatively about you. They're talking about this solitude and how you might be a night owl. Okay, you could naturally be a night owl here, because I am kind of getting an energy of people talking negatively about maybe how late you stay up or your sleep schedule in some way. Bottom of the deck, we do have Balance. See, I feel like you are trying to balance out some energy that has been very imbalanced for a long time. It's like whatever it is that you're walking away from, people are recognizing that eventually you were always going to have to pull away. You were always going to have to do this healing. You were always going to have to kind of face yourself. And I think people are saying that, like, the people that really care about you, they are talking about how this is going to be for your benefit, and that this is actually a positive change for you, because it's helping you balance out a lot of this negative energy, negative illusions, maybe some insecurity, maybe some, like I said, blocked throat chakra. So it's like there are people who care about you that recognize that this is actually for your highest good. Bottom of the deck, we did have the Sun in reverse. I think people might be, this feels like the negative again. It's like the people who are upset that you are pulling away, the people that are upset that you ghosted them, the people that are upset that you've chosen to walk away from them. They are very unhappy, or no, well, yes, they're unhappy, but what they're trying to say is the reason that you're doing these things is because you're unhappy. So it's like they're trying to just pin a lot of the situation on you. Like they're not thinking about what's best for you. They're thinking about what's best for them. And I do kind of feel like they want to assume that you are just unhappy because you're pulling away, because you're spending more time alone. The truth is, I think that you actually made a conscious decision, or, you know, like with this Eight of Cups, you've chosen to walk away from what no longer serves you, and you're not trying to contribute those decisions to your unhappiness. But it's like these people just want to be like, oh, that person is just miserable. Like that's kind of the energy I'm getting. Like, oh, that person's just alone, miserable. Six of Cups. But see, you're connecting with your inner child. You're connecting with unhealed childhood wounds. You're connecting with a lot of softness, a lot of sweetness, a lot of kindness, and you're putting it all towards yourself. And it's like the people who benefited from your unhealed version, the people who benefited from you being like sweet and soft outwardly to other people and draining your energy from being codependent to theirs. It's like once you pulled away, that's when they're getting upset. That's when they're like, wait, you always got me coffee in the mornings and now you had to, like, I guess, I don't know, I just heard like stop spending the extra money. Like maybe you could be that very generous person who like pays for other people or does a lot for other people, and it's like I do think it was making you unhappy. And to, you know, but I feel like you have wanted to change. You have been working to change, and it's like there are people who are just wanting to blame it on like you're heartless, you're unhappy, you know, and they don't really know what's going on behind closed doors. So that's what I'm getting. Let me see if there's anything else that I want to pull for you guys. What's the gossip? I don't know why I'm being pulled to these island time. What's the gossip on you? Pile ones. What's the gossip? All right. Mask. Not showing true feelings, hide, personify, pretend, delude, gaslighting. So yeah, some people could be saying you're hiding, like you're hiding your true feelings, like you're not being expressive or upfront, like you're being passive, when really I think you're just pulling back your energy. So it's like people who might have had access, way too much access to your energy, are getting upset now that you are setting boundaries, now that you are kind of pulling back. Stabbed in the back. Ooh, see, some people are saying that like you might have stabbed them in the back. Heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. Like some people are saying that like you leaving them out in the cold, you walking away from them is like a stab in the back. Like you like basically you betrayed them. Like they feel betrayed that you walked away, that you were, you know, which is so weird, because if these people really cared about you, they would actually be happy for you, because you're stepping into this energy of abundance. Keep a positive mindset, manifest exactly what you want, gratitude, bliss. And it's like, these are people who don't like to see you happy. And so because we have I like you, because they're seeing you in this positive energy, this nurturing energy, and it's like you're doing it on your own, solitude. It's like they want to kind of put a twist on the story, and they want to kind of act like you are hurting them by not giving your energy anymore. Like these are very entitled people. It's like I said, they might have used to have all access, and now it's like they feel like they don't get the true like day-to-day kind of energy. They don't actually know what's going on, so they feel like you're being deceptive or like you're hiding something, when really I just think that you're starting to like really like yourself. You're starting to like step into this abundance. And I do feel like there are people who are talking about how attractive you are, someone likes you, romance is blooming, fun flirting, wants to date. Some people could be talking about your love life. They could be talking about how you're single, how you're flirting. They could just be talking about how a lot of people also like really like you and have a crush on you. And it could be even people gossiping about like all of this drama, like this, they stabbed me in the back, they're fake, they're wearing a mask, blah, 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 whatever they're saying. It's like they might be telling it to people who like have a crush on you, trying to sabotage potential connections. That's all I've got for you, pile number 1. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this reading, give me a like, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. I would love to hear from my pile 1s. Until next time, guys, I'm sending you all the best. Love, light, protection, blessings. Bye. Welcome, pile number 2s. You guys chose the beautiful Persephone. Explore your inner darkness, purge what you no longer need, be still. So in this deck, there are 2 versions of Persephone. There is the spring goddess version of her, and there's also this card, the underworld version of her. And so I'm gonna just go into it, pile 2s. Remember, this is gossip. Doesn't mean any of this is true. It's just, I do feel like you might have a mob of angry people. I kind of get this energy here that there's a lot of rumors being spread around about you. There's a lot of stories that are being spread about you. There's a lot of gossip. Like, people have your name stuck in their mouth. Like, they cannot get your name out of their mouth. And what I am getting from this is, so they're talking a lot about your maturity. With the Queen of Wands being, I said Queen. This is the Page of Wands. But with the Queen of Wands would be worse, honestly. So that could also be it, where it's like people, I do feel like, are embellishing. People are adding details to the story that are not true. People are kind of exaggerating. When I think that what they're saying, what I was about to say with this Page of Wands, is that they really feel like you're impulsive. They feel like you're unpredictable. They feel like there is some kind of aggressiveness as well, that comes out randomly. And they're feeling like it's very immature. They feel like you are kind of all over the place, like you don't have a certain direction that you're going in. Remember, guys, this is gossip. This is just what they're saying. It does not have to be true. And like I said, these are people who are exaggerating, embellishing. So it's a lot of BS, honestly. With this Nine of Pentacles, they could also be discussing codependency, that you are very codependent. They could be talking about how you might need other people, or you might be very like codependent to other people, and like you can't seem to stand on your own or be independent here. I don't know, there's something here about you not being able to, like, especially financially, like they're talking about finances, like you don't have the ability to financially stand alone, or like you just may be very like codependent on other people here. But with this Queen of Swords over here, I am kind of getting two different things. Is that a lot of these things that are being said about you are lies. A lot of these things that are being said about you are misinformation. It's just misinformation that's being spread around. I was gonna say exuberated. Is that the word? Exacerbated. There we go. That's the word. They're just being very blown out of proportion. And with the Queen of Swords as well, people are saying that you're very cold. People are saying that you're bitchy. People are saying like that you don't know how to communicate with other people. People are saying that you're too direct. People are saying that you are too, like, I want to say bossy as well. And with the Hierophant here, these are like very holier than thou people. These are people who think that there's a right way to be and there's a wrong way to be. And they do believe that like you should be more traditional. These are people who wish you were more like the rest of society. These are people who wish that you were just a copy paste of an NPC. I hope that makes sense to you. Like they really hate your individuality, and they hate the fact that you are a rebel. A lot of you guys have very rebellious energy. You have this Queen of the Underworld energy where it's like people want to look for negatives. I feel like because they associate you with darkness. Yeah, these are people who like really believe that they're right and that you're wrong. Like these are people who have convinced themselves that whatever these lies, misinformation is, it is 100% the truth, and they're going to live their life by it because it gives them the least amount of guilt and shame for the way that they treat you. These are people, it's like exactly like the stereotype of like loving Christians, but then they're actually like the meanest, most judgmental, horrible people you've ever met. You know what I mean? Like the least accepting kind of people. This is the crowd that is gossiping about you. It's like the people who swear up and down that they just want to help you. They're concerned about you. These are people who, oh, they're like so rebellious. They're so like, I heard dangerous. Like some people might really be intimidated by you or feel like you're dangerous or out of control. And it's like they don't even look at themselves. They don't even look at how righteous, self-righteous they are being when they talk about you. They just want you to conform. They want you to conform to their belief systems. And until then, they'll look at you as the black sheep. Until you conform to the way that they act, the way that they maybe financially are, like you're not allowed to be silly, you know, you're not allowed to be like weak. I'm hearing weak. Like these are people who feed off of other people's perceived weaknesses, like they're perceiving weaknesses in you. Like these are people who attack people's vulnerabilities, but then they swear that they're like great, good people. But it's like great, good people don't attack people's vulnerabilities. And if they perceive maybe weakness in another person, they might try to help them. You know what I mean? But no, these people gossip and they spread lies and rumors. They could also be gossiping about how you sleep. Maybe you sleep a lot. Maybe they feel like you sleep too little or you sleep too much. There's something about insomnia, but there's also something about oversleeping, depression. I don't know. Like I said, people are, I feel like pulling shit out of a hat and they're saying this and they're saying that, but it's like none of these people speak to you on a daily basis. None of these people actually know what's going on in your life. They do not know how much sleep you get. You know what I mean? They don't know how much money you make. They don't know whether or not these rumors are real. Like they couldn't even, what's the word? Validate these rumors. Like they can't validate them because they're not valid. We have adaptability. I think that you are somebody very adaptable, and so they are saying that, but I don't know if they're saying it in a positive way or not. It's almost like they feel like you're out of control, like you're too adaptable. Like, I don't know why, I'm kind of seeing like a liquid. And it's like a liquid just changing form to different cups. And so people feel like they don't know who you truly are. I don't know, because they feel like you adapt to like, I guess your surroundings, which is kind of weird because, you know, Persephone, I guess she did adapt in some ways to the underworld, right? Like coming from being the goddess of spring to suddenly the goddess of hell. Takes some level of adaptability, right? But it's like people are fearing this adaptability, and it's like they feel like you are too like unpredictable. They're associating this adaptability with recklessness. They feel like you're reckless for like being in touch with your shadow, for being in touch with your darkness. These are people who will never acknowledge their own shadow, who will always think that their shit doesn't stink. You know what I mean? Like these are people who think that they're holy, 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 that they know what's right, whether or not they're religious or not. These are just people who are like, this is the right way and anybody else is wrong. They don't know how to accept that other people's way of living might also be valid. Bottom of the deck, we also have autumn, which I was like, why did this come through? Like, what's gonna happen in autumn? And see, I do feel like, isn't that when Persephone kind of goes away? Is she out for the summer or just spring? I'm not sure, but what I was mainly getting is the leaves, okay? If you know, you know what the leaves look like. And I do kind of feel like if you smoke, they judge you too. They're talking about how much you smoke, how much you sleep. they're talking about just like anything that they can perceive as a weakness, anything that they can like put shame into your heart, which I truly do feel like this holier than thou energy is all about shame. Like they really want to make you feel ashamed of yourself. So they're attacking things that can be considered quote unquote wrong or bad. Courage in reverse. These people don't have half the courage that you do. These people suck. These people are cowards. These people would never say this shit to your face, and then they'll also like just continue to see themselves as like this perfect person who's like doing everything right. These are very stingy people, and I think that they actually call you stingy. Like they act like you are selfish or stubborn. Like you might hold on to your money very tightly, which makes no sense, right? Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Like these people are talking about your money. We have 2 Pentacles energy. They're talking about your freaking money for no reason. King of Wands. Because they're wanting to say that you spend a lot of money with this King of Wands. I'm hearing burning money, burning through money. And so it's like these people might feel like they save a lot of money, or they're like very stingy with their money. So it's like they're judging you for the way that you might spend money. It's like just no matter what you do, like I'm seriously getting frustrated. I'm getting mad now because it's like, even if you spend money, they're judging you. Even if you save money, you're being stingy. It's like there's just no winning. Wheel of Fortune. But see, I feel like you are kind of doing your own thing. Like you're exploring this inner darkness. You're purging what you no longer need. And I think you're entering this new chapter where you're feeling a lot lighter. Like you're not carrying these people's judgments with you. You're not taking their bullshit with you. And I think you feel a lot of freedom. And it's like you have so much courage and freedom that these people will never experience with the Wheel of Fortune here. And I feel like the universe really is bringing you a lot of like luck. They're on your side. They're bringing you luck because they recognize that this is some bullshit. What else are these people saying, Spirit? People piss me off. They suck, dude. Like every time I look at his little face, I just want to like smack him. What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? And see like the little heart that's coming out too. Like, I only say this because I care. I only say this because I love them and I'm worried about them. No, you don't. You just want to keep talking about them. You just want to keep their name in your mouth. You just want to shit on somebody. So you want to squash somebody to make yourself look better. These are people who love to shame other people. They love to shame other people. They love to call other people stupid and shame them. We have talking. Interested, conversing more, awaited message, arrives, text, call, email, hoovering. These people could be really waiting for you to like communicate with them. Like these are people, the people gossiping about you are like, they are talking so much. Oh, it's so annoying. Like they never shut up. They never, like you're in this energy of like stillness and like, I am getting like a hell energy where it's like, it's not hell, but it's like, there is some level of like coldness or isolation or pulling yourself away from this noise. And like these people are just in this noise, this like I'm seeing like bouncing balls. I'm seeing like tennis balls, like bow, 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 like tennis balls just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And so it's like they cannot wait until, I don't know if you post, they can't wait until you talk to them, call them, text them. They just cannot wait until they get more information that they can just keep blah, 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 blah. And once again, these are people who are misinformed and blowing things out of proportion. So they'll take the smallest little, like they'll take the crumbs basically, like they'll take what they can get, especially because we have cassette here. Outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. And see, I think you are really working to purge what you no longer need. You're purging these outdated thinking, but these are people who are very stuck in their program. They're very stuck in this conditioning. Yeah, they're stuck. It's like I'm seeing like when the tape gets stuck or when the CD starts skipping, and it's like they're just stuck in that loop. They're stuck in this loop. They're having the same conversations over and over again. And they're also talking about how like you were raised. They're talking about how you were raised and the conditioning that you were given. And like, I think that they're talking really negatively about how like what you were, the way you were brought up, the way you were raised, the way you were conditioned to think. Like they're very highly critical. They'll go back deep into your childhood. We have heartbroken, deeply hurt, sad, separation, breakup, feeling lost, grieving, mourning. It's so weird because I wasn't getting that they were talking about your love life. What is this heartbroken? I'm gonna like split the deck over here. So let's see, what is this? Judgment with heartbroken. Judgment and the Magician in reverse. I feel like this is something from the past. This is something like way from the past. It doesn't have to be super long ago, but it's like a past breakup, a past ex. They're talking about like a past connection that hurt you, that left you brokenhearted. And I feel like a lot of these people fed off of your energy, that you were really sad, that you were heartbroken, that you felt lost. Like these people that are gossiping negatively about you were definitely saying things about this breakup. And I feel like they were blaming you. Like they were blaming a lot of the things on you. Like they were saying it was your fault. The breakup was your fault. Things were your fault. Also, they could be talking about, it says grieving, mourning, which is just so sick. Like, come on. These people are feeding off of your heartache. They're talking about your grief and your mourning. What is wrong with these people? But then, right, they're good people. They just care about you. They just love you so much, right? When they're sitting on their asses talking about your heartache and blaming you for your, like, they're victim blaming. I really feel like if you were a victim in any situation, like, they definitely blamed you no matter what. It's always your fault. Axe. Breakup. It says breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, abandonment. I do feel like you pulled away. Purge what you no longer need. I think that you might have even purged these people from your life. You could have broken up with these people. This could be an ex that's talking shit about you, okay? But it could be people who were also like involved or like know about the relationship. But they're talking about how you're stopping the pattern. They're talking about how you're giving them silent treatment, and they're also playing victim themselves and being like, they abandoned me. This is so obnoxious. On bottom of the deck, they can't stop talking. Girl talk. Time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having fun. Like, fun to these people is gossiping, is being on the phone, talking shit. That's what's fun to these people. And yeah, I think that that's exactly why you needed to purge this. You cut the... I just heard you cut the umbilical cord. Yeah, you could have actually been codependent to these people. But with breakup twice, I do feel like you pulled away from a lot of these people. Like, you realize that they don't actually like care about you. They love to talk shit. Oh, I just split the deck again and we got the Wheel of Fortune again. But it's like Spirit wants to remind you, like, we got you. We're on your side here. I feel like they're gonna bring in really lucky moments for you. I just saw 222. I'm seeing 2222. So I feel like they love you so much and they don't want you to be focused on this anymore. Yeah, they want you to focus on people who are willing to see you in a better perspective, like in an understanding perspective. Like, these people refuse to understand you. They really were dedicated to misunderstanding you, and you deserve better. So, all right, pile number 2s, thank you so much for joining me. This was fun. I hope you guys resonated. If you did, please give me a like, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. All the love, light, protection, blessings. Bye. Hi, pile number 3s. Welcome to your reading. You guys pulled Hecate. Use your power, use your intuition, remember the magic within you. So people are actually saying some good things, I'm not gonna lie. I think that you have a lot of people who care about you that are gossiping. Like, gossiping has such a negative connotation. Like, I really feel like it doesn't give good vibes when you hear like, oh, somebody's gossiping about me. But I actually kind of get a sense that there are people who are recognizing your power, and it's like people who are oddly like respecting your power. Like, these are people who are talking about how they give you props, they give you respect, they recognize that you are kind of like this magical badass. Okay, like, there's just something about you that I think makes people feel drawn to you and your energy. So people are just talking about that. They're talking about how you have a mystery to you. People really believe in your intuition as well. Like, they might have some kind of proof of your intuition, or they've just been around you and recognize how intuitive you are. But more than that, it's also like your strength, your fortitude here. People are talking about how you're really resilient, you're really strong. They're also talking about, I feel like, how you recognize patterns. And I think that you are willing to change your pattern. You're willing to try to do something differently. So people are talking about that. They're also talking about how you can be a little defensive, okay? This might even be, I'm hearing protective, self-protective, self-defensive. Like you're just very careful and cautious is what people are saying. It's like some people feel like they can't get too close to you, or they can't really get to know you very well because you do have such a defensive, cautious energy. It's like you're not willing to open up. Like there are some people who want to get to know you better, but they are intimidated by your power, your magic, and also this kind of defensive energy that you might be putting out without realizing it. But this is just what they're saying. Like maybe this is just like they saw you when you were having a really bad day and you were like, you looked really upset or angry, and so they've taken that and internalized that as like, oh, I'm scared of this person, or I can't approach them, right? And so they perpetuated through gossip that this is who you are. So take what resonates, guys. Like you have to understand that if it doesn't, resonate, it doesn't resonate. And, or if it's not true, it's not true. It's gossip. Okay. So, but what people are saying is there's, you're almost like too protective of yourself. That's what they're saying. And I feel like it's because you've gotten hurt. People are saying that it's because you've been in certain patterns, cycles with other people that were very unhealthy or like brought a lot of chaos is what I'm hearing. So I do kind of get this energy of organization. So people are talking about how you are more organized, more cautious now. And there's a lot of strength. Like you really have built this strength up over time, and people are impressed by it. Like people are saying some pretty positive things. Like the last reading was pretty rough. So the fact that you guys are getting such good energies, like people do have a lot of respect for you. With the Ace of Pentacles here, people are talking about your generosity. Like you might be somebody who gives a lot. I don't know if it's like to a collective. You might give a lot to your family, your friends. Like you're a very generous person. And I think like if you have the money, you would give, and somebody's in need, like you will give that money, or you will give that person whatever they're, like supplies is what I'm hearing. Like if you have extra supplies or food or something, like you would be willing to give that away. But more so, people are also gossiping about opportunities, like financial opportunities. But it seems like it's just the beginning. So people could be talking about you starting a business. They could be talking about like a new job opportunity. They could be talking about a raise. I'm also hearing a raise. Like some of you guys got a raise. I don't know how these people know that, but it's like there's something about how people are like recognizing, hey, that person is being financially like being given financial opportunities. Sorry guys. And with this Eight of Cups though, people are seeing you maturing. I think that they're recognizing that you are not tolerating any BS anymore. And you are walking away from what no longer serves you. Okay, Eight of Cups is all about leaving everything behind and not looking back. Because if something isn't serving you, it's just holding you back. It's just keeping you stuck. And see, what people are saying is you recognize when you're stuck. You recognize the pattern. You stop the pattern, the cycle from happening, and you've changed the path. You've changed the direction here. And see, that's pretty powerful. And so I think people are like, you know what? Mad respect. Like, I respect this person for the fact that they have the ability, the maturity to say no and to walk away when something isn't working. You have the courage, you have the strength, and you're not afraid of looking for new opportunities, new paths. You're not afraid of starting over. See, with this Nine of Wands, I'm telling you, people feel like you are in a tower. Like, people feel like you are in this, I feel like I was about to say this fortitude. Like, I don't think that's the right way to say it. Like you were in some kind of fortress. There we go. Not fortitude. Fortress. Like, people feel like you're in a fortress and you're protecting yourself and you're very cautious and like you're very distrusting is what people are saying. With this Nine of Wands, this is the wounded warrior. People are saying that you have been hurt before and that you are horrified of being hurt again. I think you're horrified, or people are saying that you're also horrified of losing your power, like losing this magic, losing what you've built up this far as you've taken better care of yourself, as you've broken patterns. Like, I think there's a part of you that is scared that you'll fall back into the same patterns that you used to be in. Oh my God, I think I just heard gunshots. And see, like that, it's like kind of like being in a gang and never being able to get out. It's like there's a fear there of like, what will happen to me if I fall back into that pattern? And it's like people do recognize that you've come a long way and you're no longer giving your power away. Bottom of the deck, yeah, we have balance. Okay. People are talking about how you are more balanced, more mature, more balanced. You're willing to say no, set boundaries, walk away from what's no longer serving you. You're not afraid of starting over. You're not afraid of cutting off patterns. But what you are afraid of is things happening again, like you getting into bad situations again. Like, you're afraid of letting the wrong person in. You're afraid of like people getting past this fortress and getting you off balance, creating imbalance in your life. Four Pentacles. See, it's like you don't want anybody in your Four Wands. Like you don't want anybody to ruin your celebration. But what the Four Pentacles here means is holding on too tightly, being stingy, okay? Like, some people are saying that because maybe you are more defensive, more protective, you have this fortress around you, people do feel like you're very stingy. But I feel like it's not with your money, it's like with your time, with your energy. You're very stingy when it comes to spending your time with other people, with like spending quality time with others. Like I said, there are people who really respect you and love you and like want to spend more time with you, and but they're just too scared, they're too intimidated. Oh my goodness, there's some kind of fly. And see, I'm sorry, I'm taking everything as a message when I'm reading. And so I feel like they feel like they're bothering you. They feel like they're, yeah, like they're a fly. They feel like they're annoying you. They feel like they're bothering you. What are people saying? What was that? Where'd it go? Lightning. Sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval, transformation. Okay. Oh my gosh, this fly is going crazy. I kill it. So with this lightning here, shocking change, yeah, transformation, like you've really changed. And I think it's taken a lot of strength. It's taken a lot of courage. It's taken a lot of recognizing patterns that are no longer serving you, people that are no longer serving you, environments that are no longer serving you. It's taken a lot of like accountability. And so people are kind of shocked. They're talking about how they're really shocked by your change. They feel like it's very sudden. Like some of them feel like a lot of these people didn't see because this 9 of Wands was hidden. It's like a lot of people didn't see you going through this wounded warrior. Like they didn't see all the times when you were like knocked down. You know what I mean? Like when you were brought to your knees. Like they didn't see all of this wounded warrior, like the journey that you had taken to get to this place. And so I feel like a lot of people, because you might be more private, because you might keep more things to yourself, it's like they felt like this was shocking, like they didn't expect this from you. It was a surprise. And I feel like they talk about how you had an epiphany, like you had an epiphany, and like you see things clearly now. Coffin. Endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, transition. Exactly. That's what people are saying. They're saying you put the nail in the coffin, you ended a cycle, you ended patterns, and you realized that in order to grow, you have to have endings. You have to change. You have to be willing to liberate yourself. You have to be willing to transition here and let go of the things that aren't serving you. We do have stabbed in the back, heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. Once again, we have the shocking energy. Some people did feel stabbed in the back by your change. Like some people do feel left behind here with this 8 of Cups. They feel like you walked away, you went into this fortress, never to be seen again, and it hurt them. But people are also saying that you felt very attacked, or like you felt very like betrayed by certain people, and that's why you have trust issues. That's why you kind of are in this fortress energy. What else are people saying? Ascending, transcending obstacles, learning, expansion, new phase, preparing for union. So people could be saying that, yeah, like you've learned a lot, you've expanded a lot, and you're going into this new phase. Wow, bottom of the deck, Phoenix. New phase. As I'm saying new phase, holy shit, I didn't. Wow. So new phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, changed mind. Mind, yes, like an epiphany, like a changed mind. You had some kind of epiphany. People are talking about how you have completely changed. You have completely transformed, and it's like for the better. With the ascending, this is positive. This is you going, you know, learning, expanding. This is growth. We have liberation here. I kind of want to get some more on the stabbed in the back. I like you in reverse. These are people who feel rejected by you, that are saying that you stabbed them in the back. There are people who really like you. They really, I feel like, wanted to have fun with you, wanted to hang out with you, wanted to maybe even date you. And it's like they're saying, oh yeah, that person, they have trust issues. They would never let me in. You know, they just wanted to kind of say that you stabbed them in the back and that you are like cold or something and like heartless, which I think is just because they feel rejected. But all right, my beautiful pile number 3s. That was a beautiful reading. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. If you enjoyed this reading, give me a like, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. I would love to hear from my pile 3s. Until next time, guys, I'm sending you all the love, all the light, all the protection, blessings, all the good shit. See you later. Bye. Welcome, pile number 4s. This is the collective reading for both you and me. I usually pull some cards afterwards, and I started adding them in as a bonus pile, just in case somebody else may need to hear the same messages that I do. So welcome, we are the collective for pile 4. We shuffled Hera. Let go of yesterday and move into a new cycle. I embrace my new beginnings. I embrace my new opportunities. So what are people gossiping about you? I'm just getting a lot of people are saying you've changed. You've changed, you've changed, you've changed. Like with this death card, they're just really wanting to talk about change, and they're wanting to talk about how you are constantly like moving into these new cycles. They are also talking about how you're very open to new beginnings, new opportunities. Like people are saying that you have learned how to receive, okay? Which I do feel like because of how much change you've been doing here, maybe in the past you were not open to receiving. You know, I do get a sense with this being Hera, there is a little bit of, I want to say, self-worth that was having to be built over time. Like I think you really had to work through possible insecurities, which could have actually rooted from other people around you. Like the reason I associate Hera with insecurity is because she was with Zeus, okay? Like, blah, right? Like he's not that great. He cheats on her a lot. So I do feel like maybe in the past you were not open to receiving like good love, honest love, or like honest connections. Like maybe you could have stayed in toxic cycles, but it's like there's this energy here of change, death, letting go of yesterday, moving into a new cycle. And I feel like you've really had to dig deep. People are saying that there's a lot of depth to you. People are saying that they recognize that there's a lot of different layers. You know, I always say this on my channel, we are multi-dimensional complex beings. We are not going to be simply defined by a collective tarot reading on the internet. And so I feel like people are definitely recognizing that there's so much to you, that just like all of us, they're peeling back these layers and they're just seeing this depth. I feel like you're being more open. Like I'm just getting an openness. I'm getting an open energy here. Like I said, you're open to receiving. You're embracing these new opportunities, these new beginnings. You're open to change. And it's like people are seeing the depth there of like you wanting more for yourself, of you having the ability to transform, you having the ability to let go and change. Not everybody is willing to do that, okay? So we also have this whimsy over here. So people are talking about there is definitely a playful energy to you, a childlike energy to you, very whimsical energy. It's like there's something kind of unique. I feel like when people meet you, they may not have a lot of people in their life that are like you. The moon in reverse. Like I said, there's an openness. I feel like you're coming out and you're speaking about things that maybe in the past you would have kept to yourself, you would have kept hidden, you would have kept private. But people are talking about how you're becoming more open, and you're also becoming more transparent. You're no longer wanting to be mysterious. Like you're wanting to show the complex depth that there is to you, that people might have looked at you before and thought a certain way, or thought a very shallow, one-dimensional version of you that they were trying, you know, like a box they were trying to put you in. And it's like people are like folding back the layers, and they're like, oh, okay, I'm starting to understand this person. Like, I'm starting to see that this person, like, I shouldn't have just put this person in this one box. Like, there's more to this person. And I feel like you're getting more confident with like showing off these different sides of you. With this whimsy, yeah, it's also like, I'm getting like a hopefulness because we have dandelions everywhere. So I am kind of getting like you wishing on dandelions, like you kind of having some spiritual faith as well. Like just really, I'm getting just a general positivity where it's like, I'm open and I know that I will receive positively because of this openness. I don't know. It's like you have a lot of faith and you're making a lot of wishes and intentions that people are talking about. I'm also getting silly. Like there's something that could also be kind of silly about you that people are talking about. So they're just talking about you've changed. Like I kept hearing that in the beginning, like, oh, you've changed, like, or they've changed. Like they're gossiping. They're talking about you to other people about how this, they're like, wow, this person has really changed. Wow, this person is speaking out with the blue, right? Throat chakra. They're in the also solar plexus. So it's giving confidence and also having a voice and speaking out using your voice. Bottom of the deck, we also have the Knight of Wands. So people could also be talking about your passion. They could be talking about your creativity. They could be just saying that you're very focused at this time. You're focused on your goals, your creativity, your passions, what you're passionate about. Bottom of the deck, we also had affection. Like I said, in the past, you might have been unable to receive like the love that you actually deserve. You might have not really gotten the affection that you deserve either. And I feel like you're receiving it. People are talking about how because you've become open, because you have been willing to change, like I do get a sense of like you have more intimate connections. People are saying you have more like meaningful, deep connections that are actually based off of like affection and love and care for each other. There's no ulterior motives is what people are saying. It's like you truly are affectionate with another person if you're dating somebody, or but it's also like you're open to it. It's like if you're single, I do get a sense of like you're very open to being affectionate, being intimate. You're open to receiving. That's all I keep getting. Open, okay? So what are people saying? What's the gossip? We have I like you. Someone likes you, romance is blooming, fun flirting, want to date. So people are talking about how people like you. There's also romance that's possibly blooming in your life. They're saying that you're having fun. Like there's a lot of affection in this connection. If you're single, like I said, you're having fun flirting and you do want to date. Something's blooming. Like I just think that you have different people who like have crushes on you. Like you could have multiple people that are crushing. Yeah, this time, like I know I just reiterated the same thing. We have clock. Needs time, takes time, in time, cycles, time to heal, progress. So see, it's like people feel like you're not done yet. It's like the clock isn't, you know, over. Like the time isn't over. Like you still have a lot of time to grow and transform. But it's like I do get a sense that people are impressed about the progress so far. Like the time that you've taken for yourself has been really meaningful. They're also saying you do need more time. Like you need more time to kind of let go of yesterday. You know, they are recognizing that maybe whatever it is you've experienced in the past, it's going to take time to heal. So people are talking about that, like you're healing, that you're, you know, you're taking more time. But like through time, they're seeing progress. They're seeing growth. Like you're not, I feel like you're not like spiraling, you know what I mean? We have girl with the snake, empath and narcissist paradigm, being charmed or used, enable boundaries. See, and I do feel like you could have knowledge when it comes to empath and narcissist paradigms. You could have even experienced these things. And that's why you might have been closed off to like being open to receiving, because like I do feel like Zeus was a big ass narcissist, right? Definitely. And so I do feel like people are like talking about how you could have experienced narcissistic abuse. They could have felt like you didn't have certain boundaries at the time, that, you know, you experienced being charmed, being used. And like I said, you're like talking about it. You're starting to talk about it. You're starting to become more and more open when it comes to like sharing your voice, sharing your perspective, sharing your story. And I feel like they recognize that you had a lot of snakes in the grass. Okay, like you had people that like really kind of wanted to make you closed off as a person, but it's almost like it forced you into this transformation. It actually like gave you depth in a way, gave you experience, and gave you knowledge. Addiction. So people are also talking about addictive personality. Like you could have addictive personality. It says codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block, restraint. So they could be talking about how possibly in the past, but possibly currently as well, they could be saying that you still are healing from addictive, codependent patterns, obsessive patterns, controlling patterns. Like they're talking about some of the reasons why you might have attracted a narcissist in the past. It's like they're kind of giving reasons as to, oh, this person was very codependent in the past. Oh, this person, you know, they were addicted to, maybe like addicted to Zeus kind of energy, whatever that means. Like that, you know, it's just like people don't always recognize when they're in that paradigm what's going on, but it's like people could from the outside, maybe other people who have experienced similar things to you, they were recognizing what was going on. So people are talking about that. But bottom of the deck, look, we have ascending. So transcending obstacles, learning, expansion, new phase, preparing for union. I feel like some of you guys are really going to like manifest a soulmate, or you've already manifested a soulmate, like, and there's a lot of affection, there's a lot of like care. It's like a true union where it's like you're both coming together and doing the work, and it's not based off of this, you know, this charmed, used energy anymore. Yeah, people do have a lot to say. I will, like, this was not meant to be this long of a reading. I was just trying to keep it really short. But people do have a lot of, like, details. Like, there's certain people who have specific details about your life, and they do like to, like, comb over them. I don't know, like, these are, like, people I think really close to you, or, like, people that you do know closely, like, family, close friends that, like, know intimate private details that they could be discussing with other people as well. I don't know. So that was a lot. Okay. That was a lot. I kind of want to get a romance energy. What's ooh. Okay. We have manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. So cheesy, but I just feel like that's really what I was getting with the energy anyways, is that you're manifesting a way better love life. Like, you're manifesting a very romantic, healthy, equal union here. But see, look, bottom of the deck, surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out. And how do we start this? Let go of yesterday. So people are talking about that you are letting go of yesterday. You're not letting it hold you back from manifesting what your heart truly desires. And yeah, They're saying that you're letting go and you're letting everything just work out, fall into place, right? Ooh, this was a fun one, guys. I hope you resonated with it. If you did, please give me a like, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. Until next time, guys, I'm sending you all the love, all the light, all the blessings, all the protection, some hugs if you want. If you want. No, not forcing anybody. Till next time, guys. Love you so much. Bye.